Welcome to RC Fun Time. Here's your host, Sean Janum.
Hey, good evening, everybody. How are you? It has been a long time, but we are back. As you can see, I have a very familiar face here. Sir, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Jegs, a.k.a. Sean Jegs Scott, and I am very happy for the opportunity to be sitting here next to this man and giving it a shot at doing some more podcasting.
Absolutely. So, what brought you back?
Man, you know, I've done it one time before with a good friend of mine, and, you know, I had to take a break for a little bit from all of this stuff, and when I came back, you know, I decided that the podcasting was one of the things I wanted to get back into for sure. You know, I saw you out at the campground. We both love to camp, and we just got chit-chatting about it. And, you know, about a month or so went by. I started thinking about what I was gonna do, what direction I wanted to go, and yeah, shot you a message and wanted to see what you wanted to do together.
Fantastic. It kind of surprised me at first when you reached out, and I was actually in the process of wanting to start back up again. For those that didn't know, and most people didn't, last year, right before Chili Bowl, my dad passed away, and I wound up having to leave the Chili Bowl early because of that to get back to be with family. Sometime after that, shortly after that, don't know exactly when it happened, but I wound up having a stroke.
Yikes.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I worked through it, and I continued to work through it. The only reason I really found out about it is one of the guys I work with asked me why I was shaking so bad. So I went in and seen the doctor, and we got our mascot just came in the door. You can't quite see her. She's underneath the desk here, but my puppy dog just came in, Lily. She's a good girl. But so I took it to heart, you know, when somebody asked you about that. I took it to heart and went in, and they did an MRI, and turns out that they found the spot that actually had the stroke.
Wow.
So the other thing that happened is I have a tendency to drop words. So by having you here, it's kind of like a godsend. The fact that now I have somebody, you know, I had Caden, and Caden helps out quite a bit, but bringing Caden in all the time and not having him be right here, it didn't help with that particular point of the word dropping. And now with you here, you can step in right off the bat and help me out by getting me away from trying to think of those words or whatever, because that's what used to get me upset. So, but it feels good that we're back. I'm looking forward to this. We're going to have a few things that are going to be changed compared to the old show. We're going to continue to do interviews.
Very excited for that.
Absolutely. Jason, how are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining. If you haven't already, share it and send it out. Let's get everybody back involved here. So that's what happened with me, and I'm glad to be back. It's kind of humbling. You don't realize how much you affect people and how much they look forward to certain things. You and I have talked about this in the past.
Mm-hmm.
When people actually ask, you know, why haven't you done it here lately? You know, what's going on? And you know, you don't really want to tell them all what's going on at the time, and then you get more and more people, and this year at the Chili Bowl, so many people asking, you know, hey, are you coming? And it's like not being able to go down. it makes you feel so. I say humble, but humble's not even the proper word. It just makes you feel so excited to have people say, hey, we look forward for you to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives you joy that somebody else is happy that you're doing something you love. I mean, you don't really get a lot of gratification from certain things in life, but when you're doing something that you really like and people show their appreciation for it, it gives you that glow inside.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely something, once you have that and then you lose that, you really appreciate it even more.
Exactly. Like I said, things are going to change a little bit. Jason, you're going to actually be probably one of the first ones to come on. So don't be surprised getting out to you. I know I've talked to you a little bit already. Jason's also been looking at some of the photos that he's taken and trying to help. I want to try to do something for when we go to the races. Have it set up so that, like in the A mains, have, what a hero card is, right?
Yep.
Have like a hero card with the picture of the driver and then like a car, and have it set up so that we can hit that and people know who everybody is.
Yeah, very nice.
But he's been helping me out. He's been going through and searching for some of the stuff there. And again, getting back to it, some of the things we're going to do is we're going to start implementing some segments. You'll see me reach across here, and I got a switcher up here that I can do different things. You brought up one that you really wanted to get back into. Want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so one of the things that I like to do as far as trying to promote anything that we do here in the RC world is to show people that they're getting highlights from all over the country. Here locally, we have an amazing talent pool of drivers, here in the RC Dirt Oval world. But in any other kind of racing, I want to be able to go like somebody in Michigan, they're doing a club race on a Sunday. I like to be able to show them, and show that what they're doing. So it just kind of promotes different names of people that we're going to call the segment "Who's in the Zone." It doesn't have to mean that you're going to win the A main, because, I also like to show the people that were in the B.
Mm-hmm.
They might have not have made that A, but man, they worked hard all day. So we're going to get their names out there as well. It won't be a situation where it's always going to be like the whole event. Like, it ain't going to be every class from that track. Maybe I'll pick one class from each track that I can get. But that's what I want to do. I really like doing that a lot. I mean, because there's nothing like working hard on your race car all day. And like I said, in racing, you don't get a lot of gratification from what you're doing for all the work and the money that you put into it. And to see your name on a podcast or to hear your name,
absolutely,
it makes you feel good about what you're doing.
Jacksonville RC Speedway in the house. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Again, for the different racetracks that are out there, even if you're not really affiliated, technically as like a owner or producer or anything like that, promoter. Still, we want you guys to send in information. Sean, go ahead and give them your email address so that they can send all that information. Send in information about your track, about the races that you have coming up, the races that you've had,
and the little things that I'm all about too is let us know if you have concessions. What's your bathroom situation, your power situation, parking, little details like that. We'll also promote guys to travel, if they know that these things are in place, because traveling, it's not easy to bring a generator with you, if you're trying to pack small. I mean, if you got a big bad boy trailer and stuff, I guess
Yep.
you're lucky. But if you're trying to pack everything into a Ford Edge, generator's not going to be, it ain't going to fit. So, I mean, little details like that help too, especially with the concessions. You're at the track all day long. Obviously, you get hungry. we all get hangry, right, when you don't eat.
Exactly.
So that's not going to make you a good driver by the end of the day. So things like that. And yeah, my email is JEGZLM and then the number 97@gmail.com.
And I didn't have that set up this time around, but we will get that set up and have that so that you guys can see that.
Yep.
We'll go over it one more time here in a little bit. See, we got CJ Cross in the house. What's up?
What's up, CJ?
Shane Wheeler. I got
Hey.
Wheelered.
Yeah.
Have you got Wheelered?
I probably have.
Shane, how you doing, sir? William Bradford with the Highside RC Speedway and Hobby Shop. He's watching.
Very
William,
nice.
get Jag some information on your schedule and some of the stuff that you've got going on as well.
Please.
We want to get some of that out there. We want to get races out there, results, and talk up the different tracks around here. And it doesn't even have to be around here. It can be anywhere in the country. It can be out in California, over on the East Coast, in the Virginias, down south, Florida, Texas, everywhere, Oklahoma. We want to be able to get and help promote the entire sport. And it doesn't just have to be circle. It can be off-road. It can be an airport. We want to get into some airplanes and try to check out some of these airplanes.
Another thing.
Jerry Baker loves the idea of getting the names of the racers out there, and exactly, why not get the names of the people out there? You guys, like Sean said, you work so hard, but you don't always get to see, on certain things, certain sporting events, you get to see your name in the papers and you get to see your name on the highlight zone. Well, guess what? We got a Who's in the Zone. We got our own zone. We got our own zone, and let's get these people out there, let's get all of you guys out there and show what you do, show your cars, send your pictures of your cars into the show, send them into the messenger, we'll throw out some other stuff.
Another thing.
Don't forget Utah. Yes, Shane. I forgot you were in Utah now.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you need to
Beautiful
let us
country.
know what's out in Utah.
Mhm.
I think you guys. I think you did a thing one time when you were trying to find places out there, and Utah was one of them that you really had a hard time finding tracks at.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of dry ground out that way.
So yeah, having somebody like you out that way,
perfect.
be able to tell us what is up out there, where to go if we're in the area, and all that good stuff, if we have to, what do we need special for out there? I mean, the dirt out there obviously has got to be a little bit drier than some of the places around, so what kind of tires work, so forth. Shane, I want to take a shout out to Shane. He got signed by McLaren earlier this year. He's actually racing for the McLaren racing team now.
Yeah,
Congratulations, sir. That is a top-notch team to be with. I know several of the guys. One of the young men. I think you might know him a little bit. OKO. He's going to be coming down to the Chili Bowl with us in 2025. We have big plans for 2025 at the Chili Bowl.
Do. Yes.
Have a lot of people that are wanting to come down and visit, and we're going to make this a big thing, a big event.
Absolutely.
Eaton's International Raceway in Utah. Jerry, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Definitely, when we're not when we aren't from that area, it's always great to have people, friends that are down that way that can tell us what is the wasteland for bashing. That is something that we want to talk a little bit more about too. Again, we want to. When I brought the show up a couple of years ago, when the pandemic started, it was about RC fun and all genres. Enjoy being able to not only talk about the dirt oval, which we have a lot of experience in, but drag racing. We got a lot of people that are into drag racing, off-road, carpet. Again, we want to get into some of the airplanes. Some of those things are absolutely freaking awesome.
Amazing.
They got freaking jet engines on those
Yeah,
things.
come
they
get
can,
some.
Oh. Michael Pruitt's in the house. Triple P.
Nice.
What's up? What is up? Thank you for coming in and checking us out. Again, we're not going to have any interviews tonight. We're just kind of going through some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about in future shows, some of the things that we'd like to do. Another segment that we'd like to start up Tech tips. Tech tips, a little bit different though. We'd like to do something where we bring you guys in. Like Mike has a vast knowledge of setups and of building cars and producing cars. We'd like to get something like that where Mike comes in and talks about one specific category for 10 minutes or so, just like a pre-recorded or even a live thing at that, where you come in and it's not just Jags or myself. It's other people bringing their expertise in and letting everybody else know about it. It keeps everybody's attention, I think, a little bit more by having more people come in. It's not always the same person, though. When you get the right person, it's a great thing to have that one person do it.
Yeah.
But after a while, it's nice to have somebody else that steps in. Jags is going to step in and do some occasionally here. I'm sure there's something that I can even step in and do at some point. But we want to get people involved. We want to get people involved outside and be able to do that. To have the knowledge, we have a huge base to work around.
Well, we've talked about it a couple times. The thing about racing, and I think it's in any form of racing, we all do things a little different. And like your setup, you might go out and win every race possible, but I could put that on my car and I can't do anything with it.
Exactly.
So same like with the tech tips, it's the same thing. Like I could tell you, set your springs this way, or put this weight shock oil in your shocks, or put your battery here, or whatever. And that works for me, but it doesn't work for everybody.
Yep.
So if we can get people to come in like this, it's just everybody's putting their ideas into a pool, and certain people can pull one idea from here, and then they can get their car or plane or whatever we're going to end up talking about, get it all set up right. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think it's a great idea.
Absolutely. Excuse me, CJ, slot cars, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not? It's remote control. It's done by remote control. I would love to talk about anything like that. Jerry, the great event this weekend at Little Sahara. Get us some information. So if you're familiar, if you're from down in that area, and you got an event going on, results, get them to us and let us know so we can actually promote those things and
Yep.
get the names out there. Everybody deserves to have their name put out there.
That's it.
The Elite Dirt Oval Series, yes.
That's a big
You
one.
have that in Jacksonville, May 24th and the 26th. Tony Lingard does that series and does a fantastic job.
Yes, he does.
He's got the backyard shirt on.
Promoting.
But and then I think you can't quite see it. I got one of the trophies here from back at the backyard,
Yep.
the original backyard.
Yeah, that place is amazing. I really like that track. I mean, it just Tony and his wife do an amazing job.
Absolutely.
They are true promoters of RC Dirt Oval, and that's why he made that series, because he used to do the backyard, the RC Dirt Oval shootout, the championships. I mean, he's done so many big events, and I think the Elite is on point. I mean, he is really doing a great job with that.
Absolutely. And we got one of the announcers from the Elite Series in here, Mr. Michael McGee.
Oh, there he is.
Mike, how are you doing? Thank you. It feels good to be doing the show. I don't know if you missed the first part of it, but Jags is going to step in and be a huge part of this show and help keep me straight with some of the things that have happened to me over the time, the last year, 2 years. He's going to keep me straight. So if I have slip-ups, he can take right over and I don't have to worry about myself. But it's great having everybody back. It's great seeing everybody back. Then again, another one of the another one of them, like a shout out. Not only are we shouting out the names, but let's shout out something that's been going on. The tracks. We shout out the tracks. Let them know. Shout out the events that are coming up. So, a couple of different things coming up. I do want to show something here real quick. I kind of find this funny. Mike, you may not find this funny because I know you are a huge fan of the driver that they were talking about here. Papa Willie's put out a press statement today or yesterday, one of the two. We had nothing to do with it, referring back to the drivers that had some issues with tires in the WOO and WRG event. But if they do want to get into RC racing, they'll definitely get them hooked up. So thought that was kind of funny coming from Papa Willie's, bring a little fun and that. I don't know exactly all of what went on there, but big scale, little scale, they do cross paths and they do try to work off of each other.
Yeah,
I know we've been very fortunate in the past and had some of the big guys come over from the show at the RC Chili Bowl, and I've got to interview them, and we look forward to trying to get a few of them next year. I've already been in works with talks trying to get some of them to come over and sit down with us and have a chat. Maybe talk with Scotty about doing another now we're both
I haven't been there yet with you, so I'm not sure.
Like they did with Larson a couple of years ago. They had a little demonstration.
Oh, okay.
Larson and his son and a couple of his buddies took a couple of sprint cars out and ran around, and hopefully maybe we can do that again this year. I know they did it last year again with couple of the other ones that came over. They did the midgets this year over there.
Didn't was it Justin Allgaier? Was that?
No.
That guy won the was it Slash Street Stock?
No.
Yeah, I know it was another
know his name.
NASCAR.
Yes. Allgaier has been there before. I actually got to talk to Allgaier like the first or second year I went down there.
Okay.
He came over and he was absolutely amazing to talk with. That was before I actually started doing the show. You guys know who it is. Help us out here. We're both drawing blanks on who it was. The NASCAR driver that came down and won street stock at the Chili Bowl this year. He's been doing a lot of talking about it too. And
man, we should know that. I can picture his face too. It's one of them
times. Yeah, I know it too. I followed him.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. The Papa Willie's Facebook, stuff is hilarious. I think he's doing a great job with promoting his product. I mean, everyone I see I get a little chuckle out of it, and I love the one with Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yes,
that is just man.
Scooter has stepped up his commercial type things, and he's been doing a great thing. He's been definitely working hard in the production area, trying to get things going, and he always has something fun to bring. Haley, yes,
Justin
Haley.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
Yes, but yeah, I mean those guys, coming over and doing that and being. And that's the other thing about this with this show. We want to make sure that you understand that people are easily approachable. I mean,
right.
You can go up to these guys and be like talking like they've known you for years, and that's one of the things that we like to bring in to account is by interviewing all these different people throughout the country, whether it's a local guy or whether it's somebody from across the nation. Everybody is so nice to talk with. They are so open. Very seldom do you ever find somebody that's not.
Right.
And if they aren't, odds are they're in a real kind of a hurry or bind to try to get some stuff done. And that's the only time you ever really see anything like that. Otherwise it's like they'll talk your ear off.
Yeah, there's definitely times. I mean, if your car's not handling well or whatever you're doing is not going right, and you have to, you have to sit at your table and you really have to get into that brain of yours and figure out how to get that car or truck or whatever it is to run right. It's not as easy to talk to people then.
No, it's not. And I like to bring up and remind myself. There's a gentleman that's been in the hobby a long time, Matt Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows him.
Yep.
And when I first started out, I was really nervous about ever trying to even talk to him. And I'd say hey as I passed by in a line or something like that. And I was down in Mississippi at a race, and he actually came over and sat down and started chatting, and it was one of the most amazing chats I've ever had. I have had him on the show and thanked him because that was one of the most inspirational talks that I've had, because a lot of it wasn't about racing. It was about life in general. And
Right.
and that's something, we may do here. We may talk about some stuff, life in general. I have a couple of people that I like to bring in that have nothing to do with RC racing, but they may bring something that you can learn from and carry it over to RC racing. Some of the ways that they have adopted into their life, whether mentally or physically, just to make themselves better, and it can be easily carried over into the RC world, to help us make ourselves better.
For sure.
So
Matt is a wealth of knowledge, in RC. I mean, the guy's, man, it's incredible to talk
absolutely.
to him. And he's another guy, and really good ambassador for what we do. I mean, to sit there and what's awesome about him is his cars might not be doing as good as he wants in a day, at a track, but he will come over to your table.
Yep.
And help you get better before he'll even work on his car.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is huge for us, because I mean, it's rare for somebody to do that, because, well, let's be honest, you're there to do the best you possibly can.
Exactly.
And he's okay with putting his stuff aside like that for a few minutes and helping somebody, and that person that he helps, I mean, that's going to keep them in the dirt oval or whatever it is. One RCs, he does that too.
Exactly.
That's going to keep that person in this hobby, because I mean, if you go to the track and you're so frustrated, your car can't do anything, you're causing wrecks, you're breaking parts, you might not come back.
Yep. Absolutely.
And he might have just saved somebody from doing that.
And him and Ross May,
Yes.
exactly. That exactly happened down there in Mississippi. I was having a bad day, but and that's why he came over and talked with me. He tried to get me out of my own head, but I was down there with Josh Binsdale and his son Cooper, and Cooper was having a hard time, and Matt and Ross both stepped in and helped out with Cooper's radio. One of the things that we figured out that he needed to slow his car down, slow his steering down, and a couple other things. And those guys went over there and they took care of that and stepped in, and it was just like, that again, great ambassador. It just said they'll do whatever they can to make sure that everybody's having a good day. Bo, sir, how are you? Long time no see.
What's up, Bo?
See some of your pictures. It looks like you had some pictures of your track. I see it. Looks like you may be working on it to try to get it ready to go for your practice.
Hey, that track always looks pretty sexy.
Yes, it does. It's a small track, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. Doing a good job with it.
Yes, he does. We also want to know, what else are you guys wanting to see? What are you wanting to hear? What can we do to broaden even more? I mean, we've got a couple of things that we've shown you already. We want to keep this on a positive note. Things happen, and sometimes some things that aren't so positive get out. But we want to keep this on a positive note. We want to keep a positive outlook on RC racing. We want to keep a positive mental look. We want somebody that's coming on here and never raced to want to be like, I want to try that.
Absolutely.
Yep. we try to have, we're going to try to have continuously have different or not only different genres but different levels of racers.
Levels for sure.
The ones that have been racing for years to some of the newest racers that are out there. Justin, sir, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming on and checking us out. We greatly appreciate that. We're not doing any interviews today. We just kind of wanted to say hey, let you know, introduce Jags. Everybody knows him, but guess what? He's part of the show now. He is here. He's going to keep me straight on the straight and narrow and
do my best
and have some fun. You're gonna do probably a little bit more than me this year. I'm gonna try to get out a couple of times. We got one that I need to get a hold of the owners of the track and see if we can get down there coming up very soon.
Yeah.
But you're gonna do some lives at races again this year.
Yeah, so I did take some time off, and there was a lot of reasons why. I was fortunate enough to be part of Matt Murphy's team, and I learned a lot from them guys. I mean, Zippy obviously taught me a ton. I got mad respect for those guys, and it wasn't anything that they did or nothing. It was just I needed to take some time away from everything. I didn't, went down to North Carolina, lived in the mountains on a lake, and just kind of regrouped. And now that I'm back, RC was the first thing I wanted to get back into. I miss going in circles. So I've been, over this past winter, I have an old Rocket 3, so I've been basically testing that car down at Island Speedway there in Muscatine whenever I get the chance. And yeah, I think this summer my plan is I want to get back in the bull ring, and hit some bigger. I don't have to necessarily go to big races, but I'm gonna go to, I want to go out to Lighton, go down to Cedar Bluff. I've been wanting to go to that track since they
Gorgeous
built
track, absolutely gorgeous.
There's always Palo up outside of Cedar Rapids. I went to that a couple times at the end of last summer. They got a great little setup going there. Obviously I'd like to try to run out at Thunder Road Hobbies here in Moline. So yeah, so when I do go somewhere, I definitely plan on doing some stuff live at the track. Doing some interviews maybe. Maybe just showing some podium, some people's on the podiums, people that were just there for the day. I mean, I might even interview people that aren't even racing.
Yeah.
See why they're there.
Exactly.
So yeah, I look forward to that a lot. It's like I said, the podcast part of it is, it's hard for me to say which one I like more.
I know that exact feeling.
I love them both.
RC Corvette, sir, how are you doing? We'll be talking about drag racing too. We'll be talking about all the genres. We want to get in. We've kind of had a little discussion. We found an event that happens once or twice a year locally that don't want to really give any hints out, but kind of like maybe fly in somewhere and do something like that. We want to try to get out to this place and really open up our eyes to this genre of RC stuff. Dan, everyone needs an escape. Absolutely.
Yes.
I thank you for the kind words that we do great, and it's fun. We do this to bring the fun out, to let people know that this is here, to let everybody know the racers that are out there putting in the hard work. It doesn't have to be at a large event.
No.
Again, we want to know the events, the tracks that you're local, wherever you are, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Texas, Oklahoma, Utah, California, Washington, you name it. You guys that are out there, let us know. We're going to give that email address again here, but give us those names of the podiums. Send us the pictures. Let these racers be known.
Yep.
Everybody deserves to have that limelight and be seen. And like Jake said, not just the A mains. Let's hear about some of the B mains, the ones that ground their way up. You know, maybe they had to do the alphabet soup. Maybe they didn't get to the A main, but man, they came through the C and the D to get to the B. You know,
Yes.
you know, those guys and gals deserve just as much recognition as anybody else. You know, it's about having fun, and if we can show the people that there's fun out there to be had, you know, all
Well,
right,
Another big thing for me is the kids.
kids.
You know, we all know that
Amen.
that's the future, you know, of anything we do in life. And so if you have a kids class at your track, I want to see that too. You know, I want to know about the kids because to me, there's nothing more satisfying than seeing a smile on a kid's face. You know, when they're going to get to see their name like on this podcast or, you know, even on Facebook. You
Mhm.
know, it just again it just pumps them up to want to do it more and more and more. You know, and so again, if you have a kids class, anything to do with kids, I want to hear that for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's a big one for me.
It is. It has always been. Your kids have raced, and
Yep.
you said you wanted to get Toby back out there and race again.
Yep.
My son raced for a while, and that was the best thing to watch him race. You know, to be able to watch these young kids race it's unbelievable. For one, the hand-eye coordination on some of these kids is just like wow. I mean, holy cow!
Thank you, video games.
Exactly, exactly. Dan also brought up the fact that he wishes there was more viewers. I appreciate that. You know, we have the Facebook channel, we have a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is fairly new. Help spread the word. You know,
Yep.
send it out there, get it out there, repost it, share it, you name it. Some of the things we might also consider doing some giveaways later on.
Yes.
Always good to have some giveaways. We have some great people out there in the industry that help support us, and we hope to support them as well. We'll be getting some of the stuff to give away, whether it be traction tonic, charging leads,
Mhm.
servos. I've done a little bit of all of those. The people that back us, and we'll get into those people here towards the end. They support us, and I'm more than happy to support them. If you have products that you want as viewers, if you or even tracks or dealers, you know, I know we got several people out there. Triple P, Mike Pruitt, you know, you want your stuff talked about, you know, reach out to us. We'll talk with you. Not only talk with you, but we'll promote your stuff too.
Yep.
We're not here right now to try to make money at this. We want people to know what is there.
We're not here to make money, but hold my Mountain Dew over there.
Ooh, refreshing.
Oh, boy, nothing like a cold Mountain Dew on a hot day.
Exactly. You know, and if there's some sponsors that want to come out and help us increase our equipment and make us a better program, you know, we're not going to reject that. But
And
our idea is to get recognition.
And that helps with traveling sometimes too.
Exactly.
you
That
know.
too.
I
That too.
mean, we all know traveling's not cheap.
No, it's not. Matt, sir, good evening. How are you? How are things down at Island? Jiggs says he's going to be down there this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
So
Look forward to it.
he's going to be heading on down to Island Speedway at the dirt oval side and doing a little bit of late model racing.
Very excited.
Now, you brought up something earlier, and this is again going back to trying to get people involved in this. You brought up kind of a neat thing that you have a cousin that just got a car.
Yep. Yep. I saw him at a birthday party last weekend, and he knows I'm into this, you know, and so he shows me a picture. He's got a 4-wheel drive off-road truck that he got, and he wanted me to come over check it out, you know, and I was like, heck yeah, man, you know, I want to help you out in any way I possibly can. So I go over there, and I took my street stock with, which right now is fitted with a 21.5 in it, and put some Banditos on it, you know, and I call that my basher, you know, because it's a street stock. And he ran the street stock for the first time, and I mean, now this is a full-grown adult. He had a smile on his face like he was a 5-year-old kid that just has first drink of soda. You know, so yeah. So he's like a largemouth bass that just took the nice juicy worm that I provided.
Exactly.
And he's going to come down Saturday. I don't think he's going to step in the street stock. We'll see if I might be able to course him a little bit, but he definitely is coming down to spend the day with us, and we'll see what happens. See if we can get him into it.
All right, Matt said trophy race this weekend.
Yep.
This Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is the small tire, and Sunday is the big tire race.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, sounds like Island Speedway's got something going on for you. Got a trophy race.
And you get a big giant cookie if you TQ.
A big giant cookie if you TQ.
Come on. Blood sugar levels.
A diabetic's nightmare.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this.
So get down there, check them out. I know a couple other tracks in the area are going to be doing some things starting up here real soon. Rob Rennis and those guys out there at Layton have already talked about some of the things that they've got coming up. It sounds like they're doing some amazing things out there as well for this summer. They've had some renovations and remodeling and stuff like that, and it sounds amazing what they're doing. It was amazing what I saw last year that they did. I mean, they totally changed that track. The infield is now like a grass, like a carpet grass.
Carpet grass.
So it doesn't have to. You don't have to worry about getting into weeds or anything like that.
And their dirt out there, it's like I'm not a dirt specialist by any means, but it's like a darker brown dirt. And man, I mean, the bite is incredible. I mean, they do it. They've always done. I mean, I think my first time going there was, you know, probably like maybe 4 years ago, something like that. And it just, I fell in love with the track right away. I mean, they do an amazing job of the track prep. And then now, you know, over all these years, they're evolving all the other parts of the track, you know.
Each year that they've been out there, you know, each of the promoters that have worked on that have made that place so much more special. I mean, Ross May was promoter there for a couple of years and did a fantastic job.
Yep.
Ed with BBE and Corey
yep.
Burgett all helped with that track and promoting and taking care of that track. And now Rob and his crew come in there with Matt and drawing a blanket as to who else. But they came in and have done some great stuff. Zach Meyer says, if you want to bring down your street stock and don't want to run the Open 21.5, he's got a spec motor he can let you use for the Hobby Wing class.
We'll see, Matt. Well, I don't know. He's real new to this, so, I mean, he was very timid when I told him I'd hand him the car and go for it. So I don't want to push him too hard because, you know, again, you might push him away.
Exactly.
You know, and, you know, everybody says, and it's funny because they even do it with real race cars. Everybody says, going in circles is easy. You know, you just turn left and you go in circles. Well, I would love to test anybody to that theory that hasn't done it. You know, it is not easy.
No.
It's very hard, and it's intimidating for somebody new into it.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm definitely going to try, Matt. I appreciate that offer. But again, if he doesn't want to, that's fine, you know.
I think you're going to get him hooked soon enough. You might be surprised, man. You might have him hooked this weekend. You know, and you just said something. You know, going around and turning left. Everybody thinks that it's all that easy, and drag racing is another one of those things.
Yeah.
People don't understand the amount of power and actually how hard it is to get those cars to go in a straight line. You know, there was a couple of people locally here in the Quad Cities that were like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to take my car A to B, no problem." They got it out on a track and realized real quickly it's like it's not as easy as you think.
Well, I just broke 13 parts in the first run.
I kind of had that happen maybe a little bit once or twice. I was in the parking lot at the old, I think it was the old Kmart parking lot that we were racing in, and there's a building down at the end of the track, and I had lost, and I kind of took my eyes off my car for just a split second and looked back up, and as it was hitting the wall of the building at the end of the track. So yeah, I may have damaged a few parts and pieces there, including a chassis.
You look like the old Indian in the commercial about recycling, where the little tears come down. No.
Exactly. Exactly.
But what? I'm sorry, but real quick, it's that way with all these RC hobbies. Everybody thinks each one of an outsider, like
Exactly.
flying a plane, drag racing, drones, boats. Everybody says, "Oh, I could do that." Well, you can't, and that's why we're trying to get people from all of these to come in to talk to us, because I can't do any of that stuff. I can go in circles fast, but I can't fly a plane. I don't know anything about them, and I want to learn that stuff.
Exactly.
I'm not saying I'm going to go buy a plane. I might, but we want people to come in and talk about what they do, because we all are passionate about each little thing that we're into, and we want to hear that passion. So then other people might hear that.
Exactly.
And they might be interested in going to get a plane or a boat or
Exactly.
or whatever. Helicopter. We always forget to say
Helicopter.
helicopters.
Yeah, helicopters. Drones. I got some people that are into drones. I got some people that are into airplanes. I have at least two friends out in California that like to do the boats. So hopefully we'll be getting some of those guys out here and talking about the different genres. Mike, sir, thank you very much. It's great to be back. Jags is my new co-host locally. I continue to have occasionally Caden. I haven't talked to Caden in a little while, but I need to talk with him. I know he's been very busy with his dad working on concrete. His dad works for a concrete company, and Caden has been helping him out quite a bit. Talk about somebody that's grown up too. My goodness,
Yeah.
I seen him the other day after not seeing him for a while, and I was like, "Holy cow, Caden! Starting to be a good young man. He's starting to get a big young man."
I'm looking forward to beating him.
I am too. The other thing, again, 2025 Chili Bowl has some really, really, really big plans for us. A young man from Seattle is going to be joining us down there as well, along with several other people that'll be stepping in. We're going to try to do longer sessions, not just a quick, interview here, quick interview there. We want to be able to extend it out and have the conversations with the people, and be able to talk about what's going on there at the big race and stuff like that. But the young man's name is OKO. OKO is a very good young man. He has a page called Twisted Frog Racing.
Oh,
if you get a chance, check them out.
Yep, sure.
He is actually down in Arizona right now.
Oh.
Him and his dad flew down there yesterday.
Lucky.
Yeah, no kidding. He's down for sand drags.
Oh,
That's another
cool.
thing.
Cool.
Haven't even talked about that yet. There's some pretty bad looking cars that they have out there for the sand drags. 'Cause one of the last interviews I had down at the Chili Bowl, Cuz is in the house.
Nice. Welcome.
He was down there, and he was one of the last interviews I did down at the Chili Bowl. So thank you for that, Cuz, and I look forward to doing some more with you. We actually look forward to doing some more with you, whether it be Layton or anywhere, PTs, you name it, wherever we're at. If we see us there, and it's not just Cuz, any one of you guys, anybody, you want to talk about some stuff, you want to sit down and show us your car, talk up your sponsors. Come on.
Yep.
That's what this is here for, Again, we want to not only promote the people, the companies, but promote the drivers, Drivers have to have a way of promoting their sponsors, and this is one of the best ways, being on a show live, being able to promote. So we got several different things we're going to be doing. Some of you guys are just coming on. We're going to do some different segments. It's not only going to be interviews, but we're going to do some segments. Some of the segments we'd like to get you guys involved in, such as tech tips. It's always good learning from other people, and not always just necessarily the same one. Same one, you can have the right person as the same one, but it's always nice to bring in somebody different. So we are not quite to our hour yet. I think we're going to cut it short, probably here a little bit shy of the hour. It's been a great time coming back.
Absolutely.
It's actually passed really quick. It has passed really quick.
Doesn't seem like an hour already.
No, it doesn't. I want to thank everybody. Sean, first and foremost, I want to thank you for coming in and helping out and help making it easier on me so I don't feel as pressured.
Oh, man, thank you.
It means a ton to me. Thank you all for coming back and being here for the first show back. We can't thank you enough. We look forward to a lot of good times, a lot of fun times.
No, it's gonna be interesting.
That it is. That it is. Again, reach out to us. Your email again, real quick.
All right, it is JEGZLM. So it's Jegs, late model basically. Then the number 97 at gmail.com.
If you got tracks that you want to talk about, bring up your tracks, your hometown tracks, whether you're the promoter or whether you're one of the racers there that wants to help promote your track. Let us know. Let us know the races that you've got coming up.
So I know we talked about doing tech tips, and one that that I've seen at least, I'm sure somebody has done this, but one thing I really would like to get going here is about radios.
Yes.
So if there's somebody out there that is like a radio guru and knows about all of the different settings in the remote and how to use them and why, if you could do like your own, like whatever it takes you, 5 minutes to explain it, 10 minutes, whatever. If you could do
half hour, if it takes a half hour.
Yeah.
I mean,
but do your own like video for me and get it sent to us so that we can put that up.
And not only in Dirt Oval, but if you have the tech tips for the radio for drag racing, and there is a ton in the drag racing world. I know that for a fact, or even in carpet or anything like that. We want to know all those tips with the radios. The radios, they can carry over a lot to all the different genres, but I know each one of them has specifics, and we'd like to know all those. So you guys that are really big into drag racing, let us know those specific tips. Big into oval, let us know those tips for the radios. And it doesn't matter if you use Futaba or Sanwa or whatever. Just each one of them is a little bit different, yes, but they're close enough to the same that you can carry some of the stuff over. And we want to know all of them. We want to be able to help you guys learn all these things. Why should only a couple people have that knowledge? Let's let everybody have that knowledge.
Oh, I mean, it's such a huge tool for that most people don't utilize because we don't understand it. And so if we can get somebody from these different classes of racing, maybe if I can get like 5 different videos. So like say we get a drag racer, we get a playing guide. If all you guys can do like your own video of that, send it to me, then we could do like a collage of all of them together.
Exactly.
And just put a title at the top. Here's for you drag racers. Here's for you oval guys. Here's for sand drags.
Exactly.
Or
exactly.
monster trucks or whatever.
Exactly. And the nice thing about it, we're going to be, again, we're on YouTube as well. It automatically saves to YouTube. You'll be able to go back and search those. When I go back, I will add specific drop points, I guess you would say, or hashtags that you can look up. And be able to find it easier. Facebook, you don't find it quite as easy as YouTube. So get out there, check out the YouTube channel. It is RC Fun Time at YouTube. Also RC Fun Time at Facebook. Facebook doesn't allow you to search as easy for the videos.
Right.
Whereas YouTube, we'd like to get that going and get that really started so that you guys can go there and look up, when we have these specific tips, in the comments it'll have, radio tips for drag racing, radio tips for circle track, for the Futaba, for the Sanwa, diffs, how do you set up a diff, a ball
Right.
diff, a gear diff, how do you set these up, what is your specific niche that you like
Right.
about those types of things, and you'll be able to go to YouTube and search and find that tip, or you're going to be able to go say, hey, I'm interviewing Mike Woods this week. Mike Woods' name will be up there. You can go to YouTube, type in Mike Woods interview, and
Boom.
it'll take you right to Mike Woods
Right.
interview. So unfortunately, like I said, Facebook doesn't do that very easily, if at all. I've had issues searching for stuff on Facebook for quite some time,
Absolutely.
but now that we have this, hopefully we can get more people involved in the YouTube, and you can search it and find out a lot easier, a lot faster.
Well, and Facebook is a great platform to get out the show times, the show day, but YouTube, it's so much easier for basically us too to set everything up.
Yes.
Because we can just put it into categories. Like you said, these are the radio videos. Here's the tire videos we got.
Yep.
Facebook is really just a great place to just advertise when we're going to go live. We really would rather you guys go to the YouTube, promote that more.
Exactly. You'll be able to find things easier. We're always going to be on Facebook, so
Right.
don't worry about that. Help us out though. Share. Whenever you see us go live, make sure you just share it. Bring more people in. I share it to my account. Jags will share it to his account. We can only go to two streaming platforms. One in Facebook, which we're going to do the RC Fun Time, because that's the name of the show, and we're going to do the RC Fun Time YouTube channel because we want to get that going. But if you share it, you can share it to your page. Would be greatly appreciated. Share it to group pages. If you want to put it onto your tracks page. If you're part of a drag racing group, you can put it onto the drag racing groups page. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah.
I'll give out my email just one more time.
Yep.
It is JEGZLM, the number 97 at gmail.com. And just to give you a heads up, I do work a full-time job during the day. So, if I don't get back to you right away, just be patient. I am going to be absolutely going through them as best I can. And, the more the merrier. And if you're a track promoter or owner and you would like to come on too, to promote your own track, talk about it, say that in the email also. We can get you set up.
97.
97. Yep.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. But yeah, we can get you on the show. So, let me know that too. If you're interested in coming on, and instead of having us promote, your track for you, which we will gladly do, of course, you can come on too. So, like I said, just be patient. I work for the railroad, so I work some long hours sometimes. So,
All right, let's see if we can get this to work.
look at that.
Woohoo! Hey,
Oh.
look at that. Look at that.
Official. Oh.
I should have done that earlier. Oh,
.ohm.
that ohm.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Yeah, hold on. Let's go back here.
Well, I definitely look forward to seeing everybody again. I miss all you guys. Everybody's just a great group. It brings me so much joy. To watch people like Michael McGee, rise to the top of the ranks.
Yes.
This guy, he's always been good. Don't take that way, but man, is he polished. It's awesome to hear him announce too. He's one of the best there is.
Yes, he is.
So, I'm really looking forward to
I don't know who he emulates. He doesn't. He's got his own. He's all good. Mike, sir, how are you? How's things out in Nebraska?
Oh, beautiful, beautiful area.
Yes, indeed. So, all right, everybody. can't thank you enough again. It's been great coming back, and it's going to be a great year.
Yes, it is.
I look forward to this. We're going to try to do this every other week on Wednesday, usually around 6 o'clock. If we have to, we may have to push it back. If we have somebody on the West Coast, we may have to push it back to 7 o'clock so that they can be a part of the show. But for the most part, plan on us being on somewhere around 6 o'clock Central Time every other Wednesday. And reach out to us. There you got Jeg's Zemail. Jeg's email. Get him all that information, and so we can have some fun, full segments.
Yes, sir. Sean, thanks so much for this opportunity, man. Really, I mean, you really kind of brought me back to the fold. It's.
I think we both brought each other back.
That's awesome, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
And for those that don't know, actually, it's kind of a weird thing. I was talking about how he said his cousin got a car. Jegs and I are actually related now.
Yeah, yes, we are.
I actually married his cousin.
Yes.
So we're cousins.
Look how that goes. I mean, yep. We both got the coolest name ever.
Exactly. Exactly. So, all right, everybody. You always know me. I've always done the same thing every time. Peace and God bless.
Bye.